Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, General Hospital. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Today on General Hospital, Jason finds discrepancies in Britt's death, Michael shuts Willow down, and Drew offers a truce. Anna's on the phone at her place as Emma searches for her charger. Gio hasn't seen it and is giving her advice, while the dog runs around with her leash in her mouth. Frustrated, Anna tells everyone to stop as they have a situation. Anna says Outback needs to be walked, and this building doesn't allow pets, so walk her so she doesn't create a disturbance and get them kicked out. Anna says they need to write out a schedule for the dog when who has walked her and who has fed her. She suggests a house meeting tonight, but Emma says she's working for Dalton tonight. She explains she's volunteering and hopes she gets the job when Joss inevitably gets fired. Dante awkwardly shows up at Anna and Emma's, where they and Gio greet him. Dante asks his son how things are going. Great, I really like being here. Then Gio and Emma leave for work, and Dante asks Anna how awkward and awful it was. It was awkward, but not badly. Gio really did have to go to work, she says. Dante's trying to let Gio move at his own pace, but there's zero pace right now. Plus, he's distracted by the whole Rocco, Birth, Britt stealing Lulu's embryo thing. Rocco's looking at his parents differently now. Wow, that's a lot. But Anna says he's a good dad. Dante moves on and breaks out footage of that woman Jocelyn placed the tracker on. She headed to the Metro Court, which is where, Anna notes, Professor Dalton is. Anna gets into Emma's expulsion at her last university, the suspicious NDA she signed, Dalton's transferring from that university, and Emma being sure Dalton is testing on animals. So they, Jocelyn, and the WSB are all connected, Dante muses, then heads out, promising to get Anna what she needs. At the pool, Joss and Vaughn act like a couple as she informs him on what happened with the tracker making it to Croatia and going missing, but magically reappearing 3 hours later. They discuss whether it was found and disabled to lure out who was tracking them. Carly walks in and sees her daughter with Vaughn. She asks to speak to Joss in private and in her office. Joss fake kisses Vaughn, then deals with Carly's grilling. How well does Joss know him? He's too old for Jocelyn, for her. Anyone who's pitting her against Emma is worth his time. It's fine, Joss says. They're not in a weird love triangle. Emma's just upset Joss got the position with Dalton, so she tried to make Joss jealous with Vaughn. It's not a big deal. She doesn't want anything serious. She's just having fun. Okay, great. Do that, Carly says. Just please tell her if it gets serious between them. She's always there to talk to her daughter. Stella drops by Aurora to talk about why Trina and Kai broke up. Curtis is staying out of this and says it's up to Trina if she wants to tell her. Stella is trying to respect their privacy, but they were perfect for one another, and this is a huge mistake. Sure, he agrees, but they just got to a point where their differences were too great. That's not good enough, Stella says. Time for a family relationship repair job. Or not. At the Quartermain mansion, Willow tells Michael she didn't come to make demands, but to apologize for being stupid about Drew. She listened to everything he said without question. Michael says Drew manipulated her in more ways than she knows and tells her about Germany. He would have loved to have seen her and heard about the kids. That's when Willow realizes Drew must have gotten to the receptionist and ruined everything. She takes it all in as Michael admits that if they'd just seen each other then, most of this could have been avoided. So Willow begs him to work it out now. Just us. Nah, he says. It's too late. Willow starts losing it, telling him they can still work things out outside the court. No-go. He doesn't want the kids seeing her. What? Willow melts down some more, which makes Michael telling her she's not good for his kids right now extra valid. Michael knows Willow's going through a lot, but she's not thinking like a mom. He knows what she's going through, but she needs to heal before she can be a parent. I will never forget this, Michael. She runs out in tears. At Lidge's house, Drew tells her that his priority is reuniting her with her children. Cool, Liz replies, then leave her alone. Jason shows up before they can get much further, and Drew insists Jason's following him to keep him from Willow. Jason says he's here to see Liz, who, in turn, tells Drew to get out. With him gone, Liz tells Jason that Willow just stepped out, but he didn't even know she was staying there. He just needs her help to look at the hospital records to know where the morgue bodies were sent. That's a big ask. Sure, he says, But it's personal, not business. Fine, what's the time frame? 2024 to 2024, he says. Liz gets down to work, opens her laptop, then announces she needs to do laundry. Jason picks it up and searches Britt's name. She was sent to Lawrence Mortuary. Liz comes back down with her laundry. Jason thanks her and leaves, after some pleasantries about Jake enjoying Lisbon. Emma and Gio show up to work with Outback, who, as soon as she gets there, runs over to Vaughn lounging by the pool. Emma tries making Gio get the dog, but Vaughn brings her over before anyone can move. After Gio starts work, Vaughn apologizes for what happened, and Emma assures him that he and Jocelyn are perfect for each other. Drew storms up to Martin at the pool and says he knows Curtis told Willow about him and Nina. Then he sees the offender and Stella take a seat by the poolside. And yes, he's sure it was Curtis. That's when Curtis spots Drew, and Stella happily gossips about the rumors flying about Drew and Willow's wedding. Drew walks over and asks for a moment with his former friend. She bows out, and Drew tells Curtis that he's realized he has more enemies than he needs or wants. Enough of them hurting each other back and forth. Truce? Curtis could go for that if Drew hands over his wife's blackmail material. Fine, truce. Curtis grabs Stella from her talk with Martin about the hospital, and Drew rejoins the lawyer. Martin tells Drew that Stella is a living, breathing angel. Stella, meanwhile, flatly asks her nephew what that man wanted. They have a truce. Back at the other table, Martin said was expecting fireworks between Drew and Curtis, but it looked cordial. Is Drew evolving? No, he didn't call a truce. He's playing the long game. Michael rushes over to Carly and tells him Willow stopped by again, but he turned her down. She's no shape to see the kids. Carly agrees, but Michael admits he saw the old Willow for a moment, then she went back to flipping out. Will it ever be healthy for her to be around the kids again? Willow gets home to Liz's, tells her about her encounter with Michael and how it all collapsed. She has to show the world she's stable and a good mother. Jocelyn shows up at the pool, exchanges brief words with Gio and Emma, then goes to give Vaughn a kiss. Emma eyes them up, but insists to Gio it's not awkward. She just stole his campus master key. Jocelyn, meanwhile, warns Vaughn that Anna is digging into him. Carly can handle her mom, but not Anna. Well, Brennan called them from the investigation anyway. Steve meets with some woman from the mortuary who goes over Britt's file. Her mom arranged things and picked up Britt's ashes. But wait! Someone forgot to put the date and time of the cremation? But hey, mistakes happen.